to How To with Mary Allison. There are many misconceptions society has about individuals living with a disability. One of the biggest and most frustrating to me is the misconception that a physical disability decreases a person's independence. While physical disability can make life a bit more challenging, it should not eliminate a person's independence. One of the biggest independence milestones all Americans look forward to is the ability to drive. Once we turn an acceptable age and pass the appropriate test, an entire new world of independence and responsibility becomes available. The great thing is that for most people who have limited use of their lower extremities, driving is quite simple and doesn't require many modifications. The first step to driving is learning what type of adaptations you may need. Just because you use a wheelchair, that does not mean you must buy an accessible van with a ramp or lift. In fact, most individuals with the majority of hand and arm function can buy any type of vehicle right off the lot. If you are new to adapted driving or unsure what type of accommodations you may need, then you will need to meet with a physical or occupational therapist or a certified driver rehabilitation specialist. Contact your state's Department of Vocational or Rehabilitation Services to learn about the steps it takes to receive a driver's license. Most states require you to go through adapted driving lessons before you are able to get your license, but they also have programs where the lessons and modifications are at little or no cost to you. Once you have figured out what general accommodations you may need on your vehicle, you will need to do some research on the specifics of your modification. Hand controls are one of the most common driving adaptations for individuals that have limited leg function. There are three main types of hand controls: portable, mechanical, and electronic. Portable hand controls are relatively inexpensive and are great to have on hand in case your car is in the shop and you have to drive another car. They can be installed in minutes and are very portable, but they are not ideal for long or frequent drives. Permanent hand controls are a good choice for your primary vehicle. The standard or mechanical hand controls come in three main styles: push-pull, right angle, and motorcycle. All styles of hand controls have their pros and cons, so your decision will be largely based on personal preference. I drive with right angle hand controls, where I must press down to accelerate and forward to stop. But I also have used push-pull controls. Push-pull hand controls are very self-explanatory. To accelerate, pull the hand control towards you, and to brake, push it away. For motorcycle hand controls, you will twist your hand control to accelerate and press it forward to stop. I would encourage you to try the different options and figure out what works best for you. Talk to your mobility equipment dealer about the different types of hand controls they offer and ask if you can try before you buy. Step 3. Once you have picked your hand controls or other adapted devices, it's time to think about your vehicle. Finding the right vehicle is just like finding the right wheelchair. It's a balance of form and function. Sure, you want your vehicle to have a certain appearance, but you also want it to be practical. Now, practical doesn't mean it has to be boring or ugly, but it is important to consider how you will get yourself and your chair into your vehicle. There are many different types of ramps, lifts, mechanical seats, and other adaptations that can assist you in getting yourself and your chair into your car. These are great for individuals who use power wheelchairs or have very limited hand and arm function. But I would encourage individuals who have more function to learn how to get in and out of a vehicle without an assistive device. This will save you time, money, and the threat of a mechanical malfunction. There are many different ways to transfer yourself and your chair into your vehicle. A common method, one which I use to transfer my chair into my car, is called the over-the-shoulder method. First, I transfer into the driver's seat of my car. Then I recline my seat. I take the wheels off of my chair and I place them over my shoulder and into the back seat. I pick up my chair and I lift it over my shoulder and into the back seat. I tilt the back of my seat, put on my seatbelt, and I'm ready to go. Individuals may also use this method, but place the chair into the passenger seat. Individuals who drive minivans can transfer into the driver's seat and then pull their entire chair into the back seat. This method can save some time on disassembly. Other people may choose to enter the back seat and pull their chair in behind them. Whatever method you choose, make sure it allows you to feel confident and independent. Transferring your chair into your car can become slightly more challenging the taller your vehicle is. So take that into consideration when purchasing a vehicle. When transferring into a tall vehicle, especially if you are parked on an incline, make sure to apply your brakes on your chair. If you're like me and you don't have brakes on your chair, then you may want to attach a bungee or some sort of cable from your chair to your car. This will help you avoid a very awkward situation. Another step to consider when transferring into a tall vehicle is applying your seatbelt before you disassemble your chair. This will give you a little extra security when bending down over very hard pavement. Just like the many different methods to put your chair into your vehicle, there are even more ways to transfer yourself into your vehicle. I always look for a vehicle that has a handle or a grab bar on the driver's side as well as the passenger side. Many times, vehicles only have a handle on the passenger side, which can make your transfer much more difficult when you are the driver. Remember, when transferring into a vehicle, try to keep your arms and hands as close to your body as possible. The further out your arm is placed, the greater the stress will be placed on your shoulder joint. By simply keeping your arms relatively close to your body during transfers, this will decrease the chance of a shoulder injury. Step 4. Once you have found the right vehicle for your needs, then you can complete the final step of the adapted driving process. Take your vehicle to a mobility equipment or conversion dealer and have your modifications installed. If you're purchasing a new vehicle, ask your dealer what type of reimbursement their company offers for adaptive equipment. Almost all car companies offer a certain reimbursement for the cost of adapted devices. When it comes to driving with a physical disability, there are dozens of different modifications, many which I did not mention in this video, that can help you be an independent driver. It is important that you take the proper steps to learn about your state's regulations for drivers with a disability and the proper modifications you may require. While it can be a long and challenging process, it's important to have your end goal in mind, to gain greater independence and have others forget about the chair and focus on your new set of wheels. Thanks for watching.